Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Java, and it's almost 2.5 months that we have not been connected. The world is going through a very, very difficult situation, which I think nobody has anticipated that this kind of pandemic can ever happen in our lifetime. We never thought of that. And what happened because of the lockdown happens, and because of the lockdown, people have no other choices but to sit at home and go through all kind of social medias and WhatsApp messages, which we also got it in a regular, in every day, regularly. And there is something that which we also forward to the people, thinking that this may help to my friends or the other family members. So how much is the myth and how much is the fact? So we will discuss this today, that about the COVID, how much is the myth and how much is the fact. We have Dr. Amol Ashtekar with us. He's a consultant pulmonologist with Sagar Hospital. Dr. Amol Ashtekar is a consultant pulmonologist with Sagar Hospital. He has done his MBBS from Government Medical College, Aurangabad, Maharashtra, and post-graduation from National Board of Examination, New Delhi. Before joining Sagar, he worked with St. John's Medical College and Fortis Hospital, Bangalore. His areas of interest are interventional pulmonology, interstitial diseases, and sleep disorder. Good afternoon, doctor.
Good afternoon.
So to start with, as you know that today's topic is about the myths and facts about COVID. Before that, I just want to ask you, doctor, that we know COVID in two different names. One is Corona, and the other one is COVID-19. So if you can just tell us that what is the difference, or it is all the same?
Yes, sure. So, good afternoon all to the viewers, and today's topic of discussion is coronavirus disease myths versus fact. The purpose of today's topic is to clarify a few things about the infection and remove the myths which are surrounding people.
True.
Largely due to the availability of social media.
True. And people have enough of time now.
Enough time now, and they are going through everything. So they know few things. They know few things which are not correct.
True,
so
yeah.
The purpose of talk is to clarify that.
Yes.
So basically, speaking about the coronavirus itself. So the coronavirus is a large family of viruses.
Okay.
And they may affect animals and humans.
Okay.
So in humans particularly, there are certain coronaviruses which cause respiratory infections, ranging from common cold to more severe diseases like Middle East respiratory syndrome, MERS and SARS. You might have heard of that.
Yes.
So this particular coronavirus is a new coronavirus, that is novel coronavirus, and it causes coronavirus disease. So coronavirus is a virus which is causing a coronavirus disease, that is COVID-19.
Okay. So it's a worldwide is known as COVID-19.
COVID-19 is
okay.
a disease.
So it is a virus, is the corona is a big family. Wherein
yes.
COVID is a one family member.
New
okay.
entrant in the family.
New
yes.
entrant
yes.
of the family.
Yeah.
So that why generally people say that it affects more to the senior people. Senior people are more prone to this rather than the young people. What could be the reason for that?
Reason for that is the more the high risk population in this infection is the older people, as you said.
Yes.
And the people with pre-existing comorbidities, they may be younger ones or the older ones, and the like comorbidities like diabetes, many heart diseases, chronic lung diseases. So they are more prone to the infection because of the age, older age. They have a age factor and decreased agility, decreased immunity.
It's only because of the agility.
Yes, immunity is the main factor here.
Okay. So generally people say that if there is a warm weather or 30 degree, if the heat is 30 degree, generally the COVID does not spread than the colder areas. How far is it true?
Certainly in India we are seeing a lot of COVID cases. So,
Yes.
but there's a myth actually. The virus
There's
can
nothing to
survive.
do with
Nothing.
weather.
Virus can survive in temperatures more than 25 degrees Celsius. So it's not like staying in a sunny area or warm climate will protect you from the virus, nor even cold climate or the snow can kill the virus. So we are seeing in the Western countries where temperatures are below 10. So there also we are seeing the virus affecting people. So this is the myth. Yeah.
So is it that again is going on to the WhatsApp that to drink lot of water? Even a lot of other people are also saying that drink water, ginger water is good for health. It's anyway good for health, but is
Yeah.
that helping
No,
COVID in
actually
any?
not. Drinking any hot or cold liquids or drinks will not protect you from the coronavirus disease.
Okay.
Regarding the foods you asked me, like a lot of people ask whether can I add pepper to the my hot pepper to the soup or food, or can I eat ginger? Obviously ginger is a
Otherwise,
healthy food, and
yeah.
it may have
But then
some,
no immunity for
no,
COVID.
it has antimicrobial properties, but as of now there is no evidence that it will protect you from the coronavirus disease.
Should I use a strong disinfectant to clean my hands and body to protect from COVID? How is it?
No, you should not use strong disinfectants because it might damage your skin. It might irritate your skin.
What is the
So
percentage we should use?
percentage recommended is
It's
normally
alcohol based.
alcohol based.
Okay.
Yeah, even normal soap and water should do.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is not available or you want to use alcohol based, then you can use alcohol based sanitizers, hand rubs.
Is there any percentage?
More than
for it?
60% should be the quantity of alcohol present in the sanitizer.
Okay. So it has to be more than 60%
More than
of
60%
alcohol.
alcohol content in the
Alcohol
sanitizer.
content. Okay. So it does not harm to the skin or otherwise.
No. At that quantity, no.
It does not. Okay. And as you mentioned that pepper to the soup and garlic to the soup, it
and
does
so many
not.
other.
Is COVID airborne?
COVID is a respiratory virus, mainly spread to the by the coughing and sneezing of the infected person. So, if you are in a distance of 6 feet when the person infected with COVID is coughing or sneezing, then you are likely to get the virus. But it does not spread through the air
Okay.
from one place to another place.
So, it is only the mask is enough for that?
Yeah, so coming to the mask, so coronavirus is a large virus, the having sizes about 500 microns. So it's quite large virus and it cannot penetrate a simple surgical mask,
Okay.
not even the cloth mask. So better would be N95 mask.
But then N95 mask, they say that is use and throw.
Some masks are use and throw.
Huh.
So,
So which one do you recommend?
Surgical masks are use and throw.
Huh.
Cloth mask you can clean and use it for a certain period of time. Certain N95 masks you can use for a period of 1 week.
There is also, one more mask I have seen which is called KN95.
A different manufacturer, different names.
It's only the manufacturing.
N95 is the only
Okay.
name for that.
Okay. So, how about soaking, which even to me, somebody has suggested that once you buy vegetable from the market, you soak it in a baking soda for about half an hour to disinfect and, the vegetables. Does it really happen or is just a other way of clean?
Generally, vegetables should be cleaned and consumed.
Huh.
So in this case, if you are worried about the infection through vegetable, which is very minimal, we have not seen any, but just simple cleaning with the running water, vegetables and fruits.
So the soaking in baking soda and all these are not required?
Not required.
And it does not help in getting disinfectant or something, the vegetables.
No.
Does vegetable actually carry any kind of virus, first of all?
If somebody infected person comes in contact with these vegetables, and like any other surface, like table or chairs or even doorknobs, So somebody sneezes or coughs, and that virus get deposited on that surface.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for a period of time, the virus may stay there.
Okay. So again, somebody was saying that if you dry your hand in hand dryers, you can disinfect the virus.
Yeah. So hand dryer itself will not eliminate the bacteria. You need to use soap and water, and to clean that you can use a clean towel, or you can air dry your hands. That's all. But air dryers only are not going to eliminate the bacteria.
In the market now, lots of ultraviolet lamp type of thing has come. That generally we see all these in a beauty salon, that to disinfectant that that things they always keep that in the ultraviolet in a box. Now that is it has come to disinfect the bags or the hands or something. So how good is that for the body, or it really gets disinfect in that case?
Ultraviolet lamps
For the
are
screening,
used.
I meant to say, for screening, ultraviolet ray for the screening, so that the viruses get disinfected. Does it help, or what do you suggest about it?
Certainly, ultraviolet lamps are used to disinfect the other objects, but human body, you cannot use it, because there are chances of damage to your skin and your eyes with the ultraviolet rays. So for body, we will not recommend ultraviolet lamps.
Okay, okay. But for the other objects, is good.
Other objects may.
This is good. Okay. Vaccine against pneumonia, does it protect COVID?
No, actually, pneumonia vaccines like pneumococcal or Haemophilus influenza type B, which are available in the market and which we give to a lot of patients having lung diseases. So they protect against this pneumonia only, and at present there are no vaccines available for coronavirus, since it is a new virus.
Right.
So trials are going on. So at present there are no vaccines recommended by WHO.
So we have seen that the senior citizen, the people say not to go out, or people with any kind of enzyme, and they should not go out. How does it affect? The enzyme is anyway bad. Whisking and all these people are always they are pro to any of the diseases. But how particularly is bad for this COVID? The patient with whisking and those who has this allergic type of things.
This coronavirus is highly infectious disease. So talking about going out. So for the older age, obviously the government guidelines recommend not to go out. Not even older age, the children below 10 years and the pregnant women, they certainly should not go out, should avoid unless it is absolutely required. So this is the highly infectious nature of the disease, where you are at risk, so should be avoided.
So wheezing even is bad. Those people are even pro to this kind of disease.
Yes, certainly wheezing is a kind of lung disease. You may have asthma, you may have COPD. So the chronic lung disease, this come under the category of chronic lung disease. These are highly at risk of getting the infection, and even if they get, there is a high risk of having a serious disease, serious illness.
Okay.
You might land up in a hospital.
Does regular rinsing nose with saline help prevent of any kind of this
there's no evidence of regular rinsing, but it certainly helps in common cold, but not in corona.
Yeah. So I have seen in Bangalore, especially in the southern part of Bangalore where I stay, in none of the medical shop the vitamin C is available. I think that everybody has taken vitamin C and stack it. How helpful is vitamin C for particularly for this COVID, or anybody can take vitamin C as a prevention?
Anybody can take vitamin C, but not as a prevention. It is a good, obviously it is a vitamin, and supplementation can be taken. but it may help to improve your immunity, but it will not any ways protect you from getting the coronavirus infection or treat any coronavirus infection.
Okay.
So
it's nothing to do
it's
with
recommended all the time, not during this time.
Okay. Because I've seen that in none of the, even you can check in none of the medical shop, vitamin
Yes,
C.
even hydroxychloroquine was out of
Yes,
stock or
yes,
something.
yes. So it's not available. So it's not going to protect us
No,
from.
it's not going to protect you.
But then, as it is good for
good
health.
as like any other healthy diet or any
Mhm,
other healthy
mhm.
food, you can take this
Okay.
supplementation.
Does vitamin C taking needs any prescription, or it is available
No,
all
it
the
is
time?
available over the counter. so
Over
you
the
can
counter
take
at any time, any
Anytime.
age can take it?
Any age can take
Okay. Any alternative medicine available for these diseases? I do not want to name, but then there are other alternative medicine practitioners. They are saying that taking this may help. Though it is a little, though even they are saying that though it is not tested, but then they are assuming that this will help. So, is there any alternative medicine available?
No, actually there are no medicines available for the treatment,
Mhm.
the treatment part of coronavirus.
Mhm.
Trials are going on with the hydroxychloroquine, as all of us know. There are some drugs like antivirals which are being used in HIV treatment.
Mhm.
They are also being tried. Few other drugs are also being tried. But at this point of time, nothing, no treatment or no drugs has been recommended to treat the coronavirus infection. Treatment mainly is supportive
Mhm.
and symptomatic. If you have a fever, take paracetamol, drink a lot of fluids.
Mhm. Mhm.
And if you have more serious side effects, then you obviously have to reach hospital, and
Mhm.
the treatment will be mostly supportive
Mhm, mhm.
with the ventilation. And
Right,
things.
right. So, if you can just tell our viewers anything more about, what people should do in case they feel that they are having fever. So, all fevers, I'm sure, is not related to
related to
COVID. So, do they need to have any panic on that if they have anybody at home
Yeah.
having the fever? So, if you can just tell our
Yes,
viewers about
definitely.
it.
So the coronavirus disease, as you all know, has symptoms of high fever, dry cough, even headaches.
High fever means
High fever means our normal body temperature is 36.5 to 37 degrees Celsius.
Hmm.
So anything above that,
Mhm.
like if you ask me in Fahrenheit, anything above
Enough.
100, yes,
Anything above 100, okay.
100. And if you have sore throat, dry
Mhm.
cough
Mhm.
for a period of time, then certainly you are having a kind of influenza-like illness,
Mhm.
but that means not necessarily you should have a coronavirus. And if you have a contacts with a coronavirus or positive patient, or you might have come unknowingly in a contact with any COVID patient, you should certainly seek medical help
Mhm, mhm.
and go yourself tested for this
Mhm,
novel
mhm,
coronavirus.
mhm. So, which all are the hospital? Because I understand that not all hospitals are entertaining people even with slightest fever.
Mhm.
So, where do you recommend people should go with fever?
Earlier, when it started in the March and in last month of April, only the government hospitals were taking the patients, like Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Chest Diseases in the Jayanagar, then Victoria Hospital, government hospitals. But nowadays, I think all private hospitals have opened up their OPDs and their clinics. They were screening people at the gate, at the entrance for the fever.
That I'm sure we are also doing that.
Yes, we are also doing. We
Huh.
have a fever clinic.
Yes.
If somebody comes with fever, we direct them to the fever clinic, and from there we take them forward. So they can now I think almost all hospitals have opened up.
So, the people are going to the fever clinic, or when we have fever, generally we go to the internal medicine. So, how people will know that we have fever and we should go to the pulmonologist?
Yeah. So when you have fever and dry cough and sore throat, you just have a kind of influenza-like illness. So you can go to any doctor, whether it is internal medicine doctor, general physician, or the pulmonologist. But if you have more serious symptoms like breathing difficulty, and there are other, if you have underlying lung disease like asthma, COPD, then you can meet your pulmonologist.
If the person do not have the chest congestion, something like that at maybe experiencing for the first time. So what do you expect the person to do, or not that person, maybe the family members? What would be the symptoms of of that chest congestion? At home, how people will know that it's only that breathing difficulty or something else along with that?
If they are experiencing these symptoms for the first time, they may not get other congestion. If they have tendency for this chest congestion like asthma, or they are allergic to some food items, or they have allergic conditions in before, like allergic rhinitis and all this thing. So they may experience breathing difficulty along with wheezing, whistling sound.
With the sound.
With the sound,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Even on exertion, they may not be able to do their routine work, walking around the house or
Okay.
climbing stairs. They will be
Okay.
finding it difficulty.
Okay.
If there is a pneumonia developing, then you might get a sputum. So all these signs to be looked for, apart from the regular
Okay,
fever.
so does it, this breathing difficulty or congestion on the chest, or if the person is feeling that while breathing there is a sound coming in, can that be also relate to COVID without the fever?
May or may not, because if you already have any lung disease like asthma, you may get wheezing.
If not asthma,
If
experiencing, if the person is experiencing for the first time, so that also can lead to
that also can lead to, yes.
without the fever.
Without fever also.
Okay.
Fever is seen in not all patients. It is the most common symptom. So you may get without fever.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we are seeing that a virus which has suddenly attacked the entire world.
Yeah.
How it is possible, doctor? And that
Yes.
too in such a fast, in a rapid speed,
Yes.
within a period of 3 to 4 months, paralyze the entire world altogether, because we have seen the disaster happen, but then that disaster is limited to region wise. We have seen many that something has hit somewhere, the tsunami has hit somewhere, but then this is the kind of a situation where the entire world got paralyzed at altogether. If it is even airborne, how it can spread in such a speed?
WHO has declared this as a pandemic after a long time. So, as we all know that this virus originated in the Wuhan city of China. In first case was reported in November-December 2019. That time it was limited to China. So then it spread all over the world. The reason behind is because this virus is very highly infectious, and it is spreading from person to person. So that makes it very difficult, and it affects your respiratory system, whether it's upper or lower. So whether you cough, sneeze, or even loud
Even
talking,
by touching?
and if you touch an object, any surface like doorknobs, which
Even
is
on
being
surface, if it a human touch, does it spread even with the human
no,
touch?
if the person has coughed or sneezed
Okay.
during that time, so droplets will go and settle on the surface, and if you touch that surface and touch your hand to your mouth and eyes or nose, then obviously you're going to get that virus.
So,
So this is how it spread
Huh.
to
So-
the traveling and people coming in contact with each other.
Right. So we also can see that it may be a new normal. We
Definitely.
probably we have to stay with it for quite some
Quite
time
some
now.
time, yes, definitely.
And again, when we are getting message on WhatsApp that how to know that which to follow, which not to follow.
Yeah, so we have tried to remove whatever myths,
Yes,
common myths,
yes.
ongoing in the
Yes.
social media.
Yes.
And government has been issuing guidelines time by time, and even you can find it in any media or even internet. There are a lot of, even in WHO, World Health Organization website.
So it
they
is
have
the,
given,
it's the
yes,
best way to go by WHO guidelines?
or you can go and meet your doctor or consult any family physician
Okay.
if you have any doubts.
Okay.
Rather
Okay.
than assuming something and
Right.
doing anything to yourself,
Right.
you can reach out to help for
Okay.
medical help anytime.
As we are, hardly 5 minutes less, would you like to say something to our viewers?
Yeah, being a pulmonologist, then I would like to tell my patients or those who have lung diseases like asthma, COPD. Apart from the regular precautions everybody is taking, like hand washing, maintaining social distance, there are certain instructions they should follow, of which they should take their regular medications on time. Please do not stop any medication without consulting your doctor. If you have any doubts regarding your treatment, you should immediately clarify with your doctor. Please take inhalers regularly and correctly. Avoid whatever asthma triggers, whether it is at home like dust or while cleaning the house, or any cold, refrain from eating any cold items. So if you do all these simple things, I think you should be able to avoid.
And this
the
is
infection.
definitely curable.
And if you start any symptoms, please don't sit at home and just go and meet your doctor, and keep emergency supply of medications all the time.
And it's curable, right?
It's
nothing
curable.
to nothing
Yes,
to.
you can get rid of
scared
coronavirus.
Yeah.
If it comes to your body, it doesn't mean it will be there in your body for lifelong.
True.
You can cure, virus will go.
Yeah, yeah. So, viewers, we are extremely sorry that we could not take your questions online because we have some network issues here. But then you can always come back to us, write to us, and our doctor will definitely answer all your questions. Because of this COVID-19 situation, we are not encouraging patients to visit hospital unless and until it's an emergency. Our emergency is open 24/7. And also we have started our video consultation for all our doctors, for all the departments, though our OPDs also are open, but as said that we do not encourage. But if you want to physically meet, definitely. Otherwise, you can always go for a video consultation. Our doctors are also available. For that, you have to log in to our website, which is www.sagarhospitals.in. Along with the video consultation, you can also avail whole lot of services like health checkup and everything. We have the very strong home health care facility. You can also avail that. So not necessarily you have to visit hospital only to show the doctors or for any kind of testing. Sit at home. You can do everything. You can talk to our doctors, do the consultation. Sample collection will be done at home. So just avail the service, visit our website and avail the service. Thank you so much. Stay healthy, stay safe.